Hey fellow vault dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I have for you the guide how to find various rare creatures of Appalachia. You are free to follow and tie a path just to have a journey, something new to do, or if you need to find any particular one, I will put a timestamps in description so you can check where is any particular rare creature. Now, we are starting from Honeybeast, so we fast travel to Fedifir's House of Scares. And from the fast travel spawn point, we will be heading north, mostly north, I would say, slightly east. So northeast. That's the direction we are heading. And I'm not cutting it, so you can see exactly where it is. Running through the forest. It's a little bit of a run. I will show you when we arrive where it is exactly on the map in case you will get lost traveling in here. Almost there. You can see we're on the side of the mountain. They are just underneath this mountain we are running on. Over here. Slightly east now. So I can recognize this big tree over there, and there we have the spot. So in here, there are bloatflies and 2 honeybeasts always in this spot. Honeybeast over there. So there are our beautiful honeybeasts surrounded by bloatflies. On the map, it is exactly here above, almost directly above the flower. In between Freddy Fear's house and Myers Eye. And this is example of the loot from those honeybeasts. Next are anglers at Gnarled Shallows. From the fast travel spawn point, we just move forward, and you can notice them. There'll be 3 of them in this close proximity. You can notice them sticking out above the water. If you shoot them, they emerge. There's 3 of them. You can see one over there, one in here, and one just emerged. Beautiful creatures. Example of the loot. Nothing particularly special. Adhesive is a guarantee. The Wendigo. We fast travel to Abyss Bunker. And we turn around and move south along the road. Keep running south. The Wendigos quite reliably can be found in here if you need them. A little bit further. And there they are. Here. On the road. 3 Wendigos. There's one to my right. So that's the best spot if you need Wendigos. Like 3 of them in one spot reliably appearing. People like Wendigos because of their loot. Fiberglass spool, screws, and teeth that consist of acid. So very, very precious materials out of Wendigos. Now Gulpers. They live at Gulper Lagoon, so that's an easy one. Directly from the fast travel spawn point, you will be able to see them hanging from the trees or running around. It depends if someone already disturbed them or not. Those are on the ground now. They were hanging down from the trees before. That's the standard loot from Gulpers. Next one is Mega Sloth. We are fast traveling to Moss Town. From the fast traveling spawn point, we move around and fast travel and run southwest. We are running southwest, and Mega Sloth is a special creature because by default they are not hostile. They are friendly. So we do have here a diseased hulking Mega Sloth level 100. Huge, beautiful Mega Sloth. Here's example of standard sloth loot. It's always some kind of caps and screws on them if you are interested in those resources. Next one is very little creature, Owlet. We fast travel to Heaven Church. From the fast travel spawn point, just run forward and jump over on this roof or jetpack in it or climb it. And you will see Owlet here. It's just peacefully hanging out. It's always level 5, and there is something important about it. When you open its loot, there is Owlet meat. The only way to learn a recipe to cook it is to pick up a piece of Owlet meat. So you need to do it in order to unlock this one particular recipe. For crawlers, we can find them at Pylon V13 location. From the fast travel spawn point, you just look ahead and you should see 2 possible fog crawlers or 2 Snallygasters. Unfortunately, this time Snallygasters. Unfortunately, there is no guarantee location for fog crawlers, so you need to keep trying and revisiting this spot until you find some. The guarantee location for fog crawlers is Carleton Mine, but there is a problem. It requires you to follow through with the quest that leads you there first. If you didn't ever do this quest, or if you straight up sided with Foundation and didn't complete the Crater quest line, you will have no access into the Carleton Mine. Fog crawlers are very beautiful, by the way, especially the glowing variant. Fog crawlers will drop fiber optics and antiseptics. Hermit Crab. We fast travel to Veiled Sandy Grove. Now we move south around the actual Sandy Grove. We don't need to go inside. We are interested in the tiny forest behind it. So we are moving south, then turn a little bit west. You see this tiny forest in front? It's foggy today, but you can see a little bit, I mean not a huge forest, a little bit of a trees, and there it is. Glowing hermit crab hiding under those trees, sleeping peacefully. Look at this beauty. I like hermit crabs. They are incredibly cool. And did you ever pay attention what it actually says on the side of the hermit crab? It's Lobster Grill Family Restaurant. Very fitting for a hermit crab to use this track. In regards to the loot, you will always get some caps in addition to crab meat. Mirelurk Queen. One can be found at Quarry X3. From the fast travel spawn point, just run a little bit forward towards this quarry and water. You cannot see the Mirelurk Queen straight away. You need to wake her up. One of the very reliable methods of waking Mirelurk Queens up is just tossing a random grenade into the water. That does wonders, as you were able to see, and you have a level 100 Mirelurk Queen, one of the most powerful enemies in Appalachia. There is nothing particularly special about Mirelurk loot, but gears. There is quite a lot of loose gears, so that's something. Next is Deathclaw. One can be found at Thunder Mountain Substation TMO2. From the fast travel spawn point, just run a little bit forward. You can see already this Deathclaw dancing with some bloatflies. It's always fighting something. Luckily, Deathclaws are strong enough to win the fight, so you are able to find the Deathclaw here, unless some other player was in there first. The important loot is black titanium that you can find on Deathclaw. The meat is quite valuable, extra loose gears, and occasional random stuff. The best spot for Snallygasters is flooded train yard. From the fast travel spawn point, just run forward and there is a large group of Snallygasters inhabiting this train yard. They all over the place. 2 in front, but there is way more if you go deeper into the train yard. Very cool creatures with eyes all over their body. Like all those dots, those are all eyes everywhere. Snallygasters are mainly valued for dropping acid and asbestos, but there can be a bunch of other stuff on each Snallygaster as well. Thrashers can be found at Research Site Bavaria. From the fast travel spawn point, you will directly see them. There is a nice group inhabiting this area. Unfortunately, there is nothing particularly special about its loot. You can find a lot of intestines and not even meat. Sheepsquatch. The only guaranteed spawn point is near South River Bridge. From the fast travel spawn point, you start moving south. To keep moving south, you need to cross the river using the bridge or jumping over. Keep moving south. You will be climbing a little bit on this mountain. Soon there will be a Sheepsquatch visible. We're almost there. One more hop. Oh, I was thinking that maybe I lost it. It's here. It's wandering this area. So I have it. I got Insult Bot here as well. But a Sheepsquatch is what interests us. So exactly on the map where I am now. So you can see directly south from South River Bridge. So South River Bridge, move south, and you will find a Sheepsquatch. Quite often it will be a legendary, although it's not guaranteed to be a legendary. It may be regular too. If you successfully defeat this powerful creature, you will be able to loot it. If it's legendary, there will be a legendary item. If not, there always will be Sheepsquatch horn, mysterious fur, mysterious quill, Sheepsquatch meat, and Sheepsquatch skull. So all those items, unique and required to build some melee weapons, can be found on Sheepsquatches. Ogua. We go to Old Cremora Mines. From the fast travel spawn point, just take the road slightly to the right. Run a little bit. There should be a path up there. There you go. That's the path up there. There is a little pond up this hill. There it is. And Ogua lives in here. Beautiful, majestic creature. Look at that. And some critter is trying to attack it. Bad idea, Cricket. Bad idea. About the loot for Ogua, there is nothing particularly specific, but a lot of random stuff for the most part. Behemoth. We are fast traveling to Salmon's Pond. From the fast travel spawn point, we need to turn around and run down the hill. Run down the hill towards a little toxic pond. The toxicity is the reason Behemoth lives in here. And here you can see it. Glowing Behemoth. Majestic super mutant. Look at that. The silent roar. Supposed to make a sound, but it didn't. Most likely because I have voices muted. About the loot, it's a quite nice selection. Some caps, ammo, weapons, and random stuff. Including random armor pieces. Grafton Monster. We are going to Hemlock Halls. From the fast travel spawn point, just run straight south. Run straight south and you will see it towards the broken vertebrate. It will be somewhere in here. Oh, it is walking over there. So the exact location varies, it's moving. It's always on the move, walking from this pylon towards the vertebrate, but you will find it exactly around here. For the loot, again, you can expect caps, aluminum scrap, acid, waste oil. I'm not sure if aluminum scrap is guaranteed on it or random. Mothman. We are going to transmission station 180 UO3. From the fast travel spawn point, just run straight. You will need to get inside, and unfortunately, that requires completion of Brotherhood questline that you start around Fort Atlas. You enter. Now, in order to open the door, you need to press this button, not the other one. This one moves you back out. Press this button to open the door. Run straight in. Turn left. Run down the stairs. One door you will need to lockpick. The door in front here, you would need to lockpick. And now, first room, you see a Mothman. It's always Scorch Mothman. Unfortunately, there is no other guarantee Mothmans in the world. Only this one Scorch is guaranteed. You can encounter Mothmans in Appalachia everywhere, but rarely. Those are rare occurrences. This one is guaranteed and will respawn every minute if you leave this facility. The most important loot is of course ballistic fiber scrap and Mothman wings that again scrap into ballistic fiber. So very valuable enemy to slay and collect scrap. This ballistic fiber is the most expensive of all scrap types. And lastly, Lesser Devil, and this one requires you to move out of Appalachia to Atlantic City, Casino Quarter. You don't need to start expedition, you can travel to the district. From the fast travel spawn point, just run straight, use this little bridge through the monorail, keep going straight, and climb above Casino by this makeshift bridge of Nuka-Cola. Behind the corner, you will see 2 Lesser Devils. They always in this spot. The Lesser Devil will not leave behind any particular loot, it will just drop contextual ammo for you. And that concludes my list of rare creatures and locations. I hope it was helpful for you. Let me know your opinions. Did you went for the hunt? And now, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.